At Fox Communities Credit Union,
we put our members first
in everything we do.
So who are we?
We are over 400 team. At Fox Communities Credit Union,
we put our members first
in everything we do.
So who are we?
We are over 400 team members.
From right here in your community.
Member service experts, tellers,
loan officers, and support staff.
Some of us have been with Fox for over 30 years.
Every single one of us thinks about you.
How we can make your life better.
How we can improve.
Because I'm a member too.
Together, let's make life happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Good evening and welcome to the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. I'm Jonathan Kraus, joined by Zach Morris tonight. We are in Wrightstown for a Northeast Conference matchup between the Tigers and the Mustangs of Little Chute. We've had a chance to talk with both coaches here tonight. Sounds like it is going to be a hard-nosed defensive battle.
And that's what it usually is when you talk about these teams, especially Little Chute and Wrightstown, where sometimes it's a game where they just shoot and just cannot miss threes, but a lot of their games are these tight defensive matchups. And that's where it comes down to disciplined play. Who's more disciplined early on in the season? Where can you keep your turnovers down to a minimum and don't have the dumb fouls?
There's a lot of familiarity here because Jake Van Roy, who's the head coach of Little Chute, was an assistant coach here for 5 years and in Wrightstown. So for him, a bit of a homecoming tonight.
And it shows you the success program of Wrightstown, where you have your head coach, and it's always nice to see your assistants go inside the area and start a good coaching career. So yeah, you talk about that homecoming game. It's that atmosphere that I'm sure he loves right now.
Not sure you want him to be super successful against you, though, once they move on to start their own program. As far as the schedule goes here, it's been very hectic for high school teams, boys and girls, this season. Kind of an NBA-type schedule, as one of the coaches will tell us coming up here, where you play a night, you practice a night, you play a night. Probably both teams will be glad to get a little bit of time away from the game heading into the Christmas break.
I think that's a lot of teams we're looking at, was just get to the Christmas break, and then we'll just reassess from that point on. But at this point, the way the world's playing out, the fact that we're getting games, a lot of players are excited with that.
All right, so again, it'll be Wrightstown and Little Chute here tonight on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. We will hear from Little Chute head coach Jake Van Roy after this.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
Joining us now on the pregame show is Little Chute head coach Jake Van Roy. And coach, 1/3 of the season already gone. It's hard to believe we're just at Christmas and we played this many games.
It's crazy.
What's been the biggest improvement you've seen with the Mustangs so far?
I think for us, we've kind of made some schematic adjustments in this offseason. I think focused on this team and helping this team be successful, and I think our kids really bought into that kind of stuff. We're playing a little more zone defense than we have in the past, doing some different things on offense that I think are allowing our guys just to play. We've kind of done our best to really simplify the game for them, not to think too much, and just be out there and play and be basketball players. And I think our guys have really bought into that. Our shot selection's been good. We've been pretty patient offensively and defensively. For the most part, we're playing good on that end, holding teams down to tough shot attempts, getting some turnovers, and really doing a good job on that end, making teams have to work multiple passes, really play tough, good defense. It's forcing other teams offensively to take time, and we get our hands on a lot. We're active with our hands, and that's really helping us be more effective this year.
Given the perimeter focus of the modern game, why is the 2-3 so effective then when it's basically a pack-it-in kind of defense?
So we're really actually trying to effectively not let teams shoot as many threes, right? It's in the past, the thing was more of a pack-in, but we're really trying to get all our guys out on the three-point line, challenging shots. We want to make teams take tough two-point shots, right? Because you walk in any gym in the summertime, you see kids that they're focused on catching and shooting three-pointers, right?
Yes.
Everyone wants to do that, and especially our league, we got so many good guards that can penetrate and get in the middle of the lane and then pitch out for three-pointers. What we're trying to do is take those opportunities away for teams, making them shoot more mid-range shots and, that kind of stuff, not letting them get that kind of aggressive penetration, look to pitch out and shoot threes.
Good thing you're not playing Chris Middleton tonight then
No.
with the mid-range jumper. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on the Northeast Conference this year. It seems like top to bottom, it's one of the best in the area.
I really believe that. You know, I think all of our coaches do a good job, and everyone's prepared for you each game. You know, you can't run your favorite 1 or 2 sets, you know, and get more than a look one time. You know, I think we've got a lot of good individual players, too. You look at a Donovan Short, Landon Valcaster, Josiah Butler, a lot of good players. Sam Hayes here tonight. You know, we've got a couple good players in our team. Everyone's got a couple studs that you've got to deal with. And then everybody just plays hard. You know, you're not walking in any gym, you know, expecting to get any wins ever, right? And it's really solid from the top to the bottom. Obviously, the top's pretty bunched up right now. You got Luxembourg, Casco, where they've got some studs as well that we haven't had a chance to play them yet. But I think they've got 3 players averaging, you know, high double figures, and so everyone's got lots of guys that can fill it up and score each night, which just makes it tough on everybody else, which I think it's the old saying, right? Iron sharpens iron, right? Every single night you got to go battle, and you got to play against a tough team. That just makes it better for the next game.
Little Chute head coach Jake Van Roy joining us here on the pregame show. You're very familiar with the Wrightstown program, so what do your boys have to do tonight to pull out a win?
You know, our big thing is they got, you know, 4 really tough players with Hella, Hayes, Hansen, and Jack Van Zeeland. You know, and obviously, you know, knowing those kids, taught a lot of them actually growing up, you know, spent my first 5 years here in Wrightstown. We got to not let them catch and shoot as much, right? Keep them in front of us offensively or defensively. Make sure that, you know, we guard a yard and handle their penetration and then close out on shooters. And then offensively for us, we got to handle their pressure. You know, they're going to pick us up 84 feet. They're going to make our point guards work. And then once we get on that end, we got to make sure we play ball tough, playing in triple threat position, making sure that we are, when we catch it, we are not dribbling right away. We're being sound with the basketball and then making good decisions. Because that's a team that when they pressure you, they can turn you over, and we got to make sure that we get shots every time down.
Coach Van Roy, I appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate the coverage.
And we'll have Wrightstown head coach Corey Hayes coming up after the break. You're watching the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream Game of the Week.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or building your dream home, Fox helps make I love this place happen. Fox makes it easy to lock in low and go, so you can make I can have my own chickens happen. If you're a first-time homebuyer, Fox offers low closing costs and as little as 3% down, so you can make I can turn the music up as loud as I want.
Seen from the Tigers so far this year.
Well, this week was the first time we had all 15 of our guys for practice. We've had a COVID contact kid that was out for a couple weeks. To start the season, we had a kid, a couple injuries from football and some other things. So we got healthy, which was big, and hopefully, you know, we can continue to get better a little bit every day. You know, we don't have a lot of practices. It's kind of an NBA schedule. You practice and you play. You practice once or twice and play. So it's been tough on the coaches, I think, but the kids I know love it.
And now you get the disruptor of the holidays coming in, where you're not going to be able to practice for the next couple of days. How do you plan to handle that?
Well, our kids know what's at stake and what we're dealing with. Tonight we got one of the best teams in our league in Little Chute, very good basketball team. And then next week, Tuesday, on the 29th, we got arguably the best team in our league, Luxembourg Casco. So we're going to give them 3 days off, obviously, and come back Sunday and Monday to prepare for our next game.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Northeast Conference and the way it looks this season? You talk about all these great teams you're going to have to face.
Yeah, I mean, night in and night out, it's been real tough. FEL is having a great year. They beat us on a buzzer beater, and they had a nice win at Freedom as well. And obviously Freedom and Little Chute and Luxembourg Casco and Denmark's really strong, the perennial powers. So, yeah, there's going to be some great games down the stretch here. A lot of fun to watch. It's fun getting them in the huddle pool. And sometimes I'm watching more as a fan than as a coach. You like to watch them all because there's some good players, some good coaches, and it's a real nice competitive league.
Wrightstown head coach Corey Hayes joining us here on the pregame show. And what do you expect now from the Mustangs tonight? What will you need to do well to pull out a win?
We got to defend. They run a wing ball screen continuity. You know, Coach Van Roy's was with us for quite a few years before he went to Little Chute, and he loves the ball screen. And they got some big guys that, you know, they start pretty much 4 forwards that are real strong kids, and they'll set those ball screens and roll hard and pin and seal and look for some high-low action. So I'm real worried about us defending that high-low action off the ball screen stuff. And then offensively, we got to handle the ball. Van Roy's the next Jimmy Boeheim, I think. His whole program's playing 2-3 and 2-3 zone, and I don't know if he knows what shell drill means anymore. He's just loving the shell or loving the 2-3 zone, and we got to be able to make some shots and rebound out of it.
Coach Hayes, I appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's head coach Hayes from Wrightstown. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, starting lineups. You're watching the pregame show for the Fox Communities Credit Union Video Stream Game of the Week.
The projects we construct afford us the opportunity to help those in need in more ways than one. And the momentum we create as a team allows us to make an impact greater than any one of us can achieve on our own. We are part of the community. We are where we live. We are Myron Construction.
And welcome back to the Fox Communities Credit Union Stream Game of the Week. Jonathan Kraus and Zach Morris with you tonight here in Wrightstown as the Tigers get ready to take on Little Chute in a battle of teams near the top of the Northeast Conference. Why don't we take a look at how each of the teams have done so far this season. And it is for Little Chute. There are 2 losses against West De Pere to open the season. And then wins over Clintonville, Marinette, Denmark, Wapaka, and Oconto Falls on the road there the last 3. Then they dropped a decision against Freedom last week. And it was Southern Door, an easy win for Little Chute back on December 21st. And tonight, of course, they are taking on the Wrightstown Tigers. Speaking of Wrightstown, their season so far tonight, back-to-back losses at Freedom and Fox Valley Lutheran, 2 of the best teams in the conference. Otherwise, wins over Brilliant, Oconto Falls, Marinette, Clintonville. And then tonight, the matchup against Little Chute and a big game against Luxembourg Casco coming up on the 29th, as you heard both of the coaches talking about the Luxembourg Casco Spartans, who appear to be perhaps the class of the Northeast Conference coming up this season. Going to tonight's starting lineups, and for Little Chute, they'll be going with Tate Huss. He is a leading scorer. Actually, they have co-leading scorers. Huss averaging 13.9 points per game on the season. Cade Van Asten, who is starting at guard as well, he is averaging 13.9 as well. Hunter Thiel averages 5.6. Brandon Brockman on the season scores about 6.9 per game. And Drew Lamers averaging 5.4 points per contest. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, they'll be going tonight with Jack Van Zeeland, who on the season is averaging 9.5 points per game. His younger brother, Jake Van Zeeland, also in the starting lineup tonight, averaging 6.5 points per contest. Joe Hella with 13 points a game. Sam Hayes, coach's son, is at 18 a contest, and leading scorer coming into tonight's action for Wrightstown is Matthew Hansen, and Hansen averaging on the season 18.3 points per contest. Let's talk a little bit about the standings in the Northeast Conference. And it is Luxembourg Casco at the top. Perfect 6-0 so far. Little Chute coming in tonight just 1 game behind. Denmark, Fox Valley Lutheran, and Freedom all a game and a half out of the conference lead right now. Wrightstown at 3-2. So you can see pivotal if they're going to have any chance to finish 1 or 2 here in the Northeast Conference tonight.
I mean, it's a huge game when you look at the 2 teams. The fact that this will determine if you're going to make a run for the conference title. So you want to make sure that you get a big win, especially for Little Chute and Wrightstown. This is going to matter, especially if you're trying to chase an undefeated team.
As you might expect, pretty limited schedule on the boys' side tonight. We do have some action in the Fox Valley Association with a couple of non-conference games there. Kimberly is at Pewaukee, Appleton West at St. Mary's Springs this evening. One conference game, Kaukauna is at Neenah tonight. That should be a good one. The Rockets, big win over Kimberly last week, kind of establishing themselves as now the team to beat in the FVA.
That they did. It was a huge win for the Neenah Rockets, and Kaukauna gave a little battle for Kimberly, so it'll be interesting what they can do against Neenah.
We are just about set for the national anthem here. It is Parents' Night, so I think they're going to be doing some introductions before tonight's game. Gives us a little bit of time. Was able to log on to wisports.net They have their basketball coaches poll rankings for week 3. The aforementioned Neenah Rockets are number 2 in Division 1 this week. Wauwatosa East is still number 1 in the state, followed by Brookfield Central. Kimberly comes in at 4. De Pere is 5. The mighty Bayport Pirates are ranked 7th this week in Division 1. In Division 2, Wisconsin Lutheran is the top team in the state. Only one from our area ranked right now is Seymour. They come in at number 9. In Division 3, the top-ranked team in the state is Racine St. Catharines. Xavier is ranked 8th this week. In Division 4, Cuba City is number 1 in the state. Otherwise, also in the rankings, Manitowoc Roncalli comes in at number 5. And in Division 5, Sheboygan Lutheran, somebody's alma mater that we all know, Sam Decker, is number 1 in the state. Lourdes Academy out of Oshkosh is ranked number 2 this week. We touched on it briefly with the head coaches, but it has been one of the more unique basketball schedules that we have seen. A lot of districts decided at the last minute that they were going to go with winter sports. A lot of them starting out with no fans, and now fans are being allowed. But the schedules got severely compacted because the WIAA wants to get the entire postseason done in time to play some spring football for the schools that opted out of fall football. And like I think it was Coach Hayes mentioned, it's an NBA schedule now. Play, practice, play, practice.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts for the schools like Wrightstown and Little Chute. The fact that they played football in the fall, so it doesn't really affect them as much. But there's a lot of schools that did take that option. So, yeah, I mean, it's odd that you're playing every other day, it seems like.
Yeah, and you do not have the luxury of all of your usual preseason workouts as well. You know, where kids staying in shape, coming here to the gym, shooting 1,000 shots a day. Here now is our anthem. Usually not the biggest fan of high school bands in the gym with us because we usually get put next to them, but I kind of miss them for playing the anthem or to have the choral group come down and sing. We aren't going to have any of that this year.
So many sports-related things due to 2020, you don't realize what you were missing or what was happening that you, the smallest things that you'll miss. Like you mentioned, the bands, if you're real close to them, you didn't want to be that close. Now you wouldn't mind if you actually saw the marching band walking in.
Appleton East is probably the best because they are literally behind us playing the entire pregame show.
You get that with them, you get that with Oshkosh North.
Oh, yeah.
You get those scenarios in a few places.
Again, Parents' Night here at Wrightstown, so each player was allowed to bring 2 passes for themselves in their families. Same for Little Chute here tonight. And we're just about ready for tonight's tip. Our thanks to the folks here in Wrightstown for allowing us to be part of tonight's game. to get our clock a little better situated here for you. Again, no jump balls here this season. We are going strictly with inbounds plays, so it'll be Little Chute, the visitors, getting the ball first. It's Lamers across the timeline. Near side, quick three by Van Asten is good. So Little Chute wasting no time, opening up their aerial attack, and now into that 2-3 zone that they look to stretch out beyond the three-point arc to force teams to take tough twos. Used to be you'd want to push teams out to shoot threes. On the near side, that's Van Zeelen, Jack Van Zeelen, and they have a brother duo out there. Back for Jack. Looks high post, but that's not open. Now far side for Matthew Hansen. Wrightstown being very patient here on their opening possession against the zone. Hayes, coach's son, looks on the left wing. Nothing there. Now they try to attack from the high post with Jack Van Zeelen. He's forced to kick it out. Skip near side. Hayes looks to drive into traffic. Can't get it to go, and look at a held ball. Possession arrow will favor Wrightstown, so we'll keep it down here. Three nothing. Little Chute on top. Inbounds pass comes out high for Jacob Van Zeelen, and now he'll hand it off for Hayes to direct some traffic out top. Van Zeelen tried to kick it out, and that was stolen away. So Little Chute forcing their first turnover on the night in the pressure zone. Into the front court will come Lamers.
The zone did everything they needed to do, put your hands up and deflect the pass. That's the number one thing they teach you when you play the zone is make sure your hands are up.
Good save there as hustling to keep it or to bounce it off of the opposing player was Hunter Thiel. So Little Chute trigger underneath their offensive basket. Score again is currently 3-0. Scorebug doesn't want to work for me here. As Little Chute continues to work around the perimeter. That is Lamers. And now stolen away in the corner. Tried to feed the post, but stepping in to make the steal was Samuel Hayes. Wrightstown. Another turnover. Is getting into the passing lane on that one was Cade Van Asten, and now ball knocked out of bounds. There we go. Now we're good. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout here. Wrightstown, as Coach Hayes not happy with his team's performance on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, when you play a zone, especially if you do not face it quite often in the season, that first experience is tough because you can try to. Now, that's the other thing you mentioned about practice time. I remember going against Oshkosh North where at Menasha, we had spent 3 or 4 days preparing for the zone. Here, you might get one practice.
A little bit different zone that North throws at you. They'll be willing to pick you up almost 2/3 court on that one. Always looking to trap in the corners.
Any zone will give you a problem the first time you experience it during the season.
Yep. All right, so we'll come out of the timeout here. Again, Little Chute on top. Triggering in will be Hunter Thiel. Comes into the post, trying to generate some room is Tate Huss. He's unable to get the shot to go, though, and the rebound is pulled down by Samuel Hayes. Quickly back the other way comes Jack Van Zeelen. Hayes will try a long three. And the rebound comes free for Thiel. Little Chute content to walk it up here. They're not going to push too much pace. Far side for Van Asten. Van Asten now for Brockman. Near side for Lamers. Lamers has it stolen away, is getting a hand in, and to knock it out was Jack Van Zeelen. He'll get it back and bring it across the timeline. Slow start, not quite as slow as the Wisconsin-Nebraska start last night, but 2-0 at the first media timeout, 4.5 minutes into the game. Feed into the low post, and the shot goes in for Hella. His first points on the night. Feed into the low post for Stenzel. Little Chute will try to swing here. As Thiel will attack from the wing. Layup no good, and a charge call will be called as coming in to absorb the contact was Jacob Van Zeeland.
Well, Van Zeeland did a great job realizing there was an open lane, just did what he could do to step right in. And when you're that shooter, you're going for that layup, you just don't expect anyone to be there until it's too late.
Interesting thing is if he had been in the same position in a college or an NBA game, that would have been a block because he'd be in the restricted zone. So Wrightstown trying to find their first lead of the night. Nice turn there as nobody picked up the high post, Sam Hayes. Defensive breakdown for Little Chute. Brockman hands it off for Van Asten. Van Asten will look to drive. They're forced to kick it out. Far side for Huss. Huss working off the ball screen, and you're going to see a lot of that in the Little Chute offense. Hallmark of UW Oshkosh's program since Ted Van Dellen was the head coach there. Ball tipped free, comes loose to Tate Huss for an easy 2. Little Chute back on top. And now Wrightstown will set up against the zone. Van Zeeland into the low post. Hayes forces his way up, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound though. Kick it out. Jack Van Zeeland 3 is good.
And that's why it's so important for every shooter to just locate your ball on a rebound because, I mean, those 2 points can play huge if you just decide to go back and play defense.
A lot of people would tell you that's a weakness of his zone is you give up offensive rebounds because you're not boxing out a man who you've been guarding. Tight ball handling there as Huss finally able to kick it out for Van Asten on the wing. Long 3, Van Asten, back iron no good. And that is going for the rebound, Hayes. Push into the front court. He'll hand it off for Hansen. Skip pass. Jack Van Zeeland, that 3 is no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Lamers for Little Chute. Huss attacking off the wing, shot good. Ties this up. Quickly back the other way, unable to finish though, was Jacob Van Zeeland.
Great effort by Little Chute to get back in time on that quick throw.
Long 3, that's one is good. Tate Huss. So Little Chute extending the range here on the offensive end. And now loose ball as Jake Van Zeeland loses the handle, and we're going to get a held ball call. Coach Hayes wanted a timeout. Referee didn't give it to him. Substitutions now, as for Wrightstown, Jared Pelishek will check in, as does Justin Lamers, and also in late here is Ethan Melman. Also in for Little Chute, Bryson Roche in for the first time tonight, as is Jacob Wigman. Andrew Yoten. Yoten will bring it across the timeline. Far side for Roche. And now Yoten. Out top for Weingard. Van Asten between the circles now. Near side as Roche goes into the corner. Van Asten will try another 3. That's off iron. Rebound pulled down by Pelishek for Wrightstown. They'll look to push the pace. Oh, slipping and traveling is Justin Lamers. Tough spot there. Shoe failure. Turnover Wrightstown. Would expect Wrightstown to attack here tonight because if you can get into your offense before the zone can really set up. Sets up some easy buckets. And now a hold will be called in the high post. Looks like they're going to get Jacob Van Zeeland.
Wrightstown playing more aggressive now in defense. Sensing that tide is starting to turn a little bit. The way the three-point shot went through and then the quick layup. The last thing you need is a run where this gets into a double-digit lead if you're Wrightstown.
Substitution as Jack Van Zeeland and Riley Like will check in for Wrightstown. Also back in is Samuel Hayes. Triggering in is Hunter Hermes, who checked in, and an offensive foul will be called. Second one of the night, drawn by the Tigers. That one on Tate Huss. Oh, check that Weingard, his first. Second team foul on Little Chute.
I think it's known now for Wrightstown, you know where you can get the offensive fouls, so if you have to find a way to stop the offense when they're slashing right through, there's where your plan can start.
Team of Brad Davidson's here taking the charge under the basket.
There was no one better than Brad Davidson and Ursan Ivyasova in 1 year.
Ursan, you knock him over with a feather.
Broke his nose multiple times, didn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, kick out top, but they got away with it. As apparently getting a hand on it was Yoten and not his foot. And now a foul called out near midcourt, stops the fast break opportunity. That one whistled on Melman's, his first, team second. Deep into the backcourt for Yoten. Protected tight up there by Like. Hermes tries to drive off the wing. Skip it far side. Three on the way by Roche is no good. And it's cleared away by the Tigers. Into the front court comes Peloshek.
The Mustangs are having great opportunities for three-point shots, and a lot of them are just so close from falling in.
Penetration by Jack Van Zeelen into the corner. Hayes will try the jumper for three. That's off rim, no good. Gets his own rebound, though, as again, the zone unable to corral the loose ball. He'll try another three. That one's off rim, no good. Fight underneath, and they're going to say it was off of Little Chute. Wrightstown ball. Mass substitutions here for Little Chute, as in are Drew Lamers, Kate Van Asten, Hunter Thiel returns as well. Wrightstown will bring back Justin Lamers and Matthew Hansen.
So 4 new players for the Mustangs. They basically went through a pit stop. It changed 4 tires, and we'll see how the aggressiveness can change.
Hockey line changes here. Just keep sending a fresh 5 out. Come near side for Hayes. Skips it for Jack Van Zeelen. Back for Hayes. Into the corner. Lamers spot up 3. That's no good. Loose ball underneath again, and we're going to get another tie. No, timeout was called by Little Chute first. So we will take one as well. As you can see, 10-7. Haven't had much scoring here. Back in 30 seconds on the Fox Communities Credit Union Video Stream Game of the Week. Jonathan Kraus and Zach Morris with you tonight here on our Fox Communities Credit Union Stream Game of the Week. Little Chute out of the timeout will retain possession. Bringing it up will be Lamers across the timeline. Over for Huss. Into the corner. Lamers spot up 3. That one's good.
Perfect execution to find the open player.
Little Chute, their largest lead of the night, now at 6. And we're going to get the foul called out top. Hand check. First whistled on Lamers. 3rd team foul as we move to about halfway through the first half. Looking to attack is Hansen. Now bring it all the way back to the top. Van Zeelen off for Hayes. Back far side for Hansen. Into the corner. Van Zeelen will try the 3. Check that of his Lamers trying the 3. Way long on that. Little Chute looks to push the pace. Van Asten into the front court. Spot up 3. That's short. Rebound, though, fought for underneath by Brockman, and he's fouled. Looks like they're going to call it on the floor here, so no shots. Foul whistled on Joseph Hella, his first. 4th team foul on the Tigers. Substitution, Jake Van Zeelen returns. And checking out will be Justin Lamers.
Both teams are pretty good staying away and just not fouling, but now these last 4 minutes, that tempo has picked up.
Tempo, nice little backdoor cut, unable to convert though was Thiel, gets his own rebound. He can't get that one put back either. Nice little pocket pass there, but Van Thiel unable to finish. Pushing into the front court off for Jacob Van Zielen. Back to him on the right wing. Far side for Jack Van Zielen. And out top for Hansen. Feeds into the high post. Hayes, room to work, now is fouled underneath. And we'll shoot two. So Thiel picks up his second, fourth team foul. Hayes to the line to shoot two. On the season, a perfect 9 for 9 from the stripe.
I'm glad you waited for the ball to be in the air just before you said it.
Announcer curse.
You can't mess it up if it's already in the air.
You think after he was hurt early on, so he's only played in 3 games so far, but is now a perfect 10 for 10. It just seems like a guy who plays a little lower in the post there, he'll be spending a lot of time on the free throw line. Working off the wing, kicking a far side now for Drew Lamers. 3 is no good, but there's Van Asten crashing. He'll score and a foul.
Zone or not, that's why you go for the rebound. Offensive boards are huge because if you can happen to be aggressive, pick up the foul. And I look at the Tigers already picking up their 4th.
So foul was on Hella, his second, so he'll come to the bench. Replaced in the lineup by Jared Pelishek. Van Asten to the line to complete the 3-point play, and he does. So it's back to a 7-point lead for the Mustangs. Little Chute bench here with Team Chance. I like it. Don't have any student section here anymore. Shot blocked. As going up was Pelishek, and rejecting it was Brandon Brockman.
I had to look for a second, Jonathan. I mean, the parents were not getting that loud.
Into the corner, Hayes fakes the 3. Now finds a little room again in the middle of the zone. Can't finish though. Gets his own rebound and scores. Sam Hayes has got something going on there in the high post against this zone. Working off the right side is Tate Huss. Near side for Brockman. And now Lamers off for Van Asten. Far side, Weingard. Weingard drives, runs over a man, and a charge will be called again. 3rd charge taken by the Tigers.
I don't know about you, but I knew it was going to be a charge because he went to the same exact spot on the court for the 3rd time.
Second foul on Weingard. 5th team foul on the Mustangs. That one, there was no question. I mean, that was, I believe, Lamers taking the charger, and he was set for quite a while. Far side, Pelishek into the corner. Hayes driving baseline and scores. Sam Hayes continuing to attack that 2-3 zone. No time for the baseline.
Well, if it's working, just keep going until a change is made.
Jotun out high for Van Asten. Far side for Hermes. Wrightstown picking up the defensive intensity beyond the 3-point arc here. Drive down the lane. Nice little pocket pass again to Van Asten. Layup good. Tate Huss with the nice find for the easy 2. Little Chute lead back up to 5. Working on the high post. Now they'll kick it far. Hayes will try the long 3. Off iron, no good. Ball loose. 3 Tigers there to get it, but they can't hang on to it. It comes to Jotun. Van Asten on the push. Down the lane. Pulls up and hits. You could see a Tiger was going to step in to try to take another charge. Van Asten, nice pull-up move there.
Mustangs learn after 3 times. Okay, let's just hold up and shoot a little bit further from the rim.
In for Little Chute is Bryson Roche again. Sitting down will be Brandon Brockman. Back up to a 7-point lead again for the Mustangs. There's Hayes. Now off far side for Van Zeelen. Back to Hayes. Looks to attack, picks up the dribble. Pelishek. Back out for Hayes. Tough handle there, but he's able to corral. Oh, they had the guy open in the corner there and missed him. Hansen instead, pounding the dribble. Little Chute in the Syracuse 2-3, extending the pressure. Far jumper there, too far for Hansen. And it's down for Little Chute. Yoten into the front court.
And that's how you want the zone to work. You just want to find a way where you just drag the possession on, and they basically have to settle for a three-point shot that they don't even want to attempt.
Far side, open three, Roche hits. Timeout, Little Chute, as the lead goes to 10. We will take one as well. Back in 60 seconds. You're watching the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream here on WSCO.
100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Communities mean everything to Fox. It's in our name. It means giving back and moving forward through life's changes. It means evolving to give you the best personalized financial services. Fox has been here since 1937. Times have changed, but our focus hasn't. It's about our members, today and always. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
So as you see the shot as we come back, the Wrightstown bench completely empty. Usually when teams take a 60, the players sit on the chairs and the coach talks to them. Coach Hayes took his team in the corner for the timeout conversation. I've never seen that before.
Well, it's different because if you come to one of these games, you'll notice that the benches are not pulled out all the way so they can have the space where you can stagger the seats, and it gives the teams the opportunity to meet in the corner.
Back to live action here as Little Chute holds on to that 10-point lead. Three on the way is good. Connection for Matt Hansen. His first on the night. And Wrightstown cuts it back down to 7.
Huge three-pointer just to stay out of the double-digit deficit.
Roche comes out top now for Brockman, who checked back in on the timeout. Roche baseline, hanging jumper no good, gets his own rebound though, and then it's loose on the floor. Players diving all over the place, and a foul will be called as they are going to say that coming in, Jacob Van Zeelen was out of control.
Well, the Tigers are just pouncing on the ball. They were just completely diving. The first dive didn't touch a player, but the second one, when you start touching people's legs, then knocking someone over, I mean, you're going to have those penalties come out.
I see what you did there, Tigers pouncing. Very good.
That first player, he went down to, it sucks as you dive for a ball and you don't even grab it.
Yoten across the timeline. Far side Hermes. Trying to feed Van Asten in the post. Double team there. Got to get rid of it. Bring it all the way back out. Hermes again. Van Asten. He'll try the long three. That's short. And the rebound comes down to Justin Lamers.
I don't think Lamers was actually prepared for the rebound. The ball just happened to fall right into his palm.
Yeah, the shot was incredibly short, so it came off at a weird angle underneath the rim. Jack Van Zeelen down low. Pelishek to the glass, and it's rejected again by Brockman. Van Asten will push it 1-on-2 back the other way, and now he'll think better of that, take it to the corner.
The worst part of shooting a ball near the hoop is you don't see the three players behind you.
Van Asten right in the circles. Tries to lob it in, and another foul will be called there as losing his balance and knocking down the players defending was Riley Like. So that is the 6th team foul Yeah, 6-team foul against Wrightstown, so Little Chute will be in the bonus for the rest of the half. Substitutions for Little Chute as Tate Huss returns. Cade Van Asten staying out in the corner there. They go out high for Lamers. Whip it into the corner. Nice catch by Van Asten. Van Asten down the lane, and a foul will be called on the floor. Reach-in foul on Matthew Hansen. Like I say, on the ground, so bonus free throws here instead of shooting 2. For the season, Van Asten is a 77% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Earns the bonus. Chance to get Little Chute back up by 9 here with the back end. That one rims out. Hansen will bring it up. Gets it back between the circles. Far side for Jack Van Zielen. His 3, too strong. Rebound down to Tate Huss. Mustangs will push. Van Asten in the corner. Passes up the 3 this time. Comes out for Yoten. Yoten, nice little cut backdoor move there by Van Asten for the easy 2.
Took a quick glance just to make sure there was no Tigers looking to take a charge.
Nice shot in traffic by Sam Hayes. So it's back to single digits again here as we wind down into the final couple minutes of the first half. Baseline, off glass and scoring for the first time tonight is Tate Huss. Got my score all messed up here. I'll correct that quickly. Back to a 10-point lead. Inside, and the shot gets blocked again. Third block on the night for the Tigers, and then a hard foul back this way as Jack Van Zielen put the hammer on. The player driving the lane, Yoten. His second, 8th team foul now on the Tigers. Yoten to the line to attempt to pair. On the season, he is 0 for 3 and finally makes one. See, the reverse announcer curse.
The players don't mind that. Got a slump.
Yoten's second. Converts both. That's how you get off the schneid. Largest lead of the night now for the Mustangs at 12. Working off the far wing is Like. Now near side, long 3, Hansen back iron, no good. And a foul will be called, but they're going to say after the shot. Interesting. Official deciding that Lamers, the shooter, had already come back down before the contact that caused the foul was initiated. So Tigers retain possession. 6th team foul, they'll be in the bonus on the next. Hansen with the handoff for Like. Near side for Lamers. They find Hayes. They try to go post to post, and that one's batted away. Long lead ahead. Layup is good for Tate Huss. Turning defense into instant offense there for Little Chute. Lead now up to 14. Hayes finds his man down low and hits. Melman's his first points on the night.
And when you see how the team is very up-tempo, you want to match it too, but you don't want to take a bad shot and give the ball right back to Little Chute for another quick shot.
Great job by Melman's to seal off his man there in the box and present himself. 3 by Yoten, no good. Hayes has it. Chance to get the lead down to 10 or perhaps 9 before halftime, and then a big rejection as Tate Huss nearly sends it out of the gym as Justin Lamers tried to go in for the hoop. 35 seconds left. Coach Corey Hayes probably has a beef there because there was a lot of body contact. Long 3 off the inbounds pass by Hansen is good. Down to 9.
That was a huge three to get it again back down to single digits, especially going to halftime. Get some more momentum build and try to get a big stop here.
Yep, that's the key. You got to get the stop here if you give up a three or an easy hoop. Kick it out. Nice catch there and save by Hermes. Into the corner for Yoten. Off for Van Asten. Van Asten will take the final shot. That's short. And the horn sounds. Our score at the end of one half of play. Little Chute 32, Wrightstown 23. We'll take a break. You are watching the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Sometimes you can tell when it's time to look for a bigger house. Get the home, the yard, and the loan that will make your dreams and your dog's come true. Talk to the mortgage lending experts at Fox. Get free pre-approval and helpful home buying advice so you can see just how much space you can afford. Let Fox help you with 22 locations and lending experts to make it easy. Visit foxcu.org for details.
Fox Communities.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
I just thoroughly enjoy the members. They become friends. They make me laugh. Sometimes they make me cry. There are times where people need help, and when they leave here with a smile on their face, it makes me proud to be an employee of Fox Communities Credit Union because I hear so many people talk about the good things that we do.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Again, our score at halftime, it's Wrightstown 32, Little Chute 32, Wrightstown 23. Zach Morris, your thoughts on an action-packed first half?
It was. When you look at the two teams, especially when you have a team that plays a zone defense and that can play it well and aggressively, you know it's going to be a good matchup because you had to fight even tougher on your own defense than that being Wrightstown. And both times being trailing by double digits, found a way to get a huge three-point shot to at least get their confidence back. And, yeah, Little Chute has pretty much done everything they wanted to do other than a few turnovers and then having the offensive fouls be called against them. But defense has been working well, and their offense, even able to find the open man for the three-point shots. I mean, everything that happened the first half, they'd be gladly to have everything again in the second half.
And the second half will be coming up in just a moment, so we will join you for that. You're watching the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. Jonathan Kraus, Zach Morris with you here on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream Game of the Week. And our halftime score is Little Chute on top of Wrightstown 32-23. We do have a couple of other finals already from tonight, games that obviously started a little bit earlier than ours. Green Bay Notre Dame, a 90-70 winner over Oshkosh Lourdes. Lourdes, as I mentioned in the pregame show, ranked number 2 in the state in Division 5, but they are stepping way up in terms of competition there. Notre Dame is at least a D2 school.
Well, you get the win, then all of a sudden everyone looks at you, hey, a D5 school did a pretty good job against a D2, but then if you lose, it's not as bad. It's, well, we have no idea how the game took place, but you just look at it, you go, well, they tried. And especially in these conditions, you just try to find anyone you can play at this time.
Also winners tonight, the Kimberly Papermakers with an 83-72 win over Pewaukee. So Kimberly bounces back from their tough loss to Neenah late last week. Let's see here. Our next stream game will be the Crosstown Showdown featuring the Oshkosh West Wildcats and the Oshkosh North Spartans. And that is coming up on Friday, January 8th. Home game for BJ DeGroat on that one. So as we come back to second half action here, it will be Wrightstown ball, and they'll be shooting basket to our left in this half. Starters for Little Chute, Lamers, Huss, Van Asten, Brockman, and Thiel. For Wrightstown, Jack Van Zeelen, Jacob Van Zeelen, Matthew Hansen, Sam Hayes, and Joe Hella. And they go into the near side, feed into the post, trying to find some room. Hella, and his shot is blocked. 5th shot block in the game for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Little Chute's is doing a great job sensing where everyone will be to get a good quick block shot. And you get that timing down, you can be dangerous all night long.
Back the other way now, Lamers comes out high for Brockman, and far side for Van Asten. Van Asten, nice little spin move, but can't convert. Ball tipped around. And unable to put back was Thiel, and now it's finally Wrightstown that corrals the rebound. They'll push the pace up ahead for Hansen. Into the corner, Hayes will try the 3 and hit. So Sam Hayes continues to carry Wrightstown in terms of offense here tonight. And the lead is down to 6. Trying to back in was Huss, forced to come out high for Van Asten, and now near for Lamers. Lamers working off the ball screen. Principal of the Little Chute offense, that high ball screen. There comes another one off the wing with a roll. Van Asten will try the 3 instead. Air ball, and then a nice hustle save by Huss, but not to his own teammate. Jacob Van Zeelen back the other way, or Jack Van Zeelen, I should say. Into the corner. Hayes will try another 3 and hit. And it's a quick 6-0 run to start the second half, and just like that, Wrightstown's cut it to a 3-point lead. 32nd timeout taken by Coach Van Roy for Little Chute. Couldn't script a better start for the Tigers in the second half.
I mean, it's a quick 6-0 run by Hayes, doing a great job and being aggressive, trying to save the rebound on your own side of the court. You let that chance for the fast break points, which ended up being deadly for the Mustangs on the 3-point basket by Hayes.
Be a Little Chute ball coming out of the timeout. Didn't see any subs, so we're going to have the same 5 that we had out on the floor before. This is the end where Wrightstown continues to have to dominate here, trying to make up that halftime deficit. Now they're going to go a little full court. Triggering in is Brockman. And they'll be taken by Lamers. Now Wrightstown drops back. Far side for Huss. Working off the ball screen and roll. Drives behind it into the near side corner. Lamers for 3 and he hits. So Little Chute answers with a 3 of their own. Push the lead back out to 6. Into the corner, another 3. This one by Van Zeelen is too strong, but the rebound is put back in by Jacob Van Zeelen. So the Van Zeelen brothers combined for points there. Cut the deficit back down to 4. Directing a little traffic is Lamers. Had the man in the post, didn't feed him. Van Asten. Out high for Thiel. And out near side for Huss. He'll look to drive. Skip it far side. Back out for Van Asten now. Spins. Picks up the dribble. Finds the cutting Brockman, who loses the handle in the lane. And a held ball will be called. Possession arrow favors Little Chute.
Little Chute sensing, obviously, there's been a tide change here in this game, and want to make sure that you need to run your offense the way you have in that first half and wait for those shots to open up.
Nice little inbounds play here, but unable to finish at the basket was Lamers. Ball loose in the corner. Hayes pulls it down. Gets it up ahead for Cade Van Asten, or check that for Van Zeeland. Now the reset. Fadeaway jumper by Hansen is good. Pre-game, Coach Van Roy said he wanted to force them to take difficult twos, and he managed to hit that one. 2-point deficit, closest this game has been since early on. Huss in the lane. Nice little dump down pass into the glass for the layup for Thiel.
That's where trusting your offense comes into play here. Just continue to run your motions, everything you have been, because it showed in the first half it works.
We've seen some nice passing today. I mean, those are tough straight-on passes there with defenders in the way. 3 on the way. It was off the mark by Jacob Van Zeeland, and here comes Little Chute trying to build on their 6-point lead. Check that, 4-point lead. Come near side, played by Huss. Continues to pound the dribble. Post is not there. Wrightstown kind of playing its own backline 3-man zone when you look at it. Now finally they'll come out and guard on the wing. Oh, got away with the travel there was Lamers. Near side Van Asten poked away but then recovers. Drives to the hole and another. Nope, we're going to get a blocking foul this time called.
Everyone in the gym was wondering, oh, here comes the charge. Oh, no, there's no charge.
Foul whistled on Jacob Van Zeeland, who actually was the player coming in from the side. So they called him for the foul, not the player who was set on the block. Van Asten to the line. First free throw is good. That one is short. Grabbing the rebound is Hayes. Stays a 5-point lead for the Mustangs. Near side, Van Zeeland. Jack Van Zeeland. Now for Jake. Near side, Hansen. He'll take the long 3. That's off the rim, no good. Loose ball underneath, and then pulling it down and going up is Hella. Strongest player underneath the basket, able to pull that one away.
Yeah, just using that strength of his to take the ball away from the opposing players and putting it back in the rim.
The funny thing is he didn't hit the floor. He was the one standing up, and he came up with it. Lamers working off the wing. Looking for some help. Finally finds Brockman, and back to Lamers. Lamers, a little bump there, but no foul called. And now Wrightstown extending the pressure all the way out to midcourt. Thiel feeds for Brockman. Back out for Van Asten. And now Lamers. Far side Huss. Longest possession I've seen in a while for Little Chute. Now Huss will drive, and another little dump down pass, but another charge will be called. That one whistled on Tate Huss. That's his first team foul on Little Chute here in the half. Hermes will check in. Yoten will come in as well for Little Chute. Lamers returns as well. And in for Wrightstown on the dead ball, Justin Lamers. Hansen holds between the circles. Off far side for Jack Van Zeeland. Hansen will force the 3. That's off rim, no good. And a push foul called underneath. That one's going to go against Carson Weingard, calling the clear out. Coach Van Roy not particularly happy with that call. His third second team foul on the Mustangs here in the half. Tough feed pass, able to handle though. Kick out, we're going to see Van Zielen, and he hits. So, and just like that, we are now tied.
Tigers are doing a great job just making that extra pass that they just weren't able to make in the first half against the zone.
Yoten nearly traveled out near midcourt. Instead finds Huss. Interested. Huss will take a long three and rims out. Rebound pulled down by Lamers. Wrightstown a chance to take their first lead of the night. Hayes will try a long three. That's off back iron, no good. But he gets his own rebound, saves it back in bounds, and then a player came from out of bounds. That is Huss. So it'll remain Wrightstown's ball.
Huss just had didn't realize where he was, because when that ball's been tapped around, moving around like a volleyball game, you're not really focusing where your feet are.
Yeah, technically he wasn't out of bounds. He was in the air when he touched it, but he was coming from OB. Hayes, quick three, and he hits. First lead of the night for Wrightstown, and that causes another timeout for Little Chute. 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the
100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
Coming out of the 30-second timeout, it'll be Little Chute ball, and Mustangs head coach Jake Van Roy just lit into his team for the full 30 seconds of that timeout.
Yeah, it must be the next process of the airing of grievances for Festivus.
Yes, special Festivus night edition of the stream. So here come the Mustangs, trailing for the first time tonight, down by 3. Yoten handles in the backcourt. Bring it across the timeline. Off for Huss. Huss for Van Asten. Good thing the defender wasn't looking, or it would have been picked off. Van Asten again, far side for Huss. Wrightstown now switching on those ball screens on the wing. As Van Asten out high, passing up the open three and driving his Weingard. Kick out Yoten three, that's off the rim, no good. And the rebound hauled down by Hayes. Up ahead for Hansen. Hansen all the way around. Out top for Van Zielen. And now Van Zielen again. Looks high post, nothing there. Hayes. Hansen with room. Down the lane, scoop shot good. Largest lead of the night for the Tigers at 5. Continues an impressive start here for this second half, as it has been a 20-6 run for Wrightstown since halftime. Van Asten will try the three. That's short, and the rebound is pulled down by Lamers. Hayes
The most
up
important
ahead.
part now for Wrightstown is just continue to your offense.
Long three by Hansen. I don't know if that's really the offense.
Because once you start thinking, hey, we have a lead, we can make some changes, well, that's where you start losing that lead pretty quickly.
Yoten into the front court. Again, Wrightstown has picked up his defensive intensity as well. Bobbles, picks up, needs someone to come to him. Far side for Huss. Huss looked to penetrate. Yoten thought about a three. Instead, he'll go into the corner. Played there by Hermes. Hermes picks up his dribble. Out high for Weingard. Far side Yoten. 4 bench players and Van Asten out there right now for Little Shoes. They try to find an offensive combination that clicks here in the second half. Huss will drive, dribbles off a foot, and they're going to say it was Hayes' foot. Substitutions now for Little Chute as Drew Lamers checks back in. And also Brandon Brockman returns. Hunter Thiel is back in. Jake Van Zeelen returns for Wrightstown. Just noticed how long into the game we have a Lamers on each team. I thought for a minute, no, that can't be right. Lamers and Lamers? Penetration as putting the ball on the floor. There was Lamers. Drew. Ball loose along the far side as bodies are hitting the floor again. Now Van Asten will attack for the baseline and was bumped out top. No shot. I'm going to say the foul occurred as taking the foul was Jacob Van Zeeland. And it'll be Little Chute ball along the baseline as Bryson Roche returns. Substitution also for Wrightstown as Sam Hayes is back in. Yoten checks out for the Mustangs. And going to the bench for the Tigers is Jacob Van Zeelen.
Well, of all the fouls in the first half, it was a matter of time before we start getting into foul trouble in the second half.
Yeah, I made the mistake of, hey, let's avoid double bonus here in the second half. Looking to attack off the wing is Drew Lamers, and he traveled. Thought he wanted to go one way to attack, and then he saw something else open up and didn't put the ball on the floor soon enough.
For the Mustangs now, it's about just trying to handle this run and just find a way to give plenty of time to get momentum back on your side. So don't panic and just do things that you're not normally used to doing.
9.5 minutes into the second half, they have 6 points this half. Hayes, far side, spot up three, off rim no good, as that was Riley Like with the three-point attempt. Into the front court will come Drew Lamers, off for Van Asten. And Brockman and Lamers. Out high for Thiel. And out near side for Roche. Spot up three, this time off the rim, no good, but it's Van Asten corralling the loose ball. So Little Chute will reset, down 5. Pounce on, Van Asten works off the ball screen. Tigers switch nicely, and back to Van Asten again. Oh, he had the roller there. Oh, a skip pass was there as well, but Van Asten will take it whole and can't get it to fall. So the Little Chute offense continues to scuffle here in the second half. In the front court comes Hansen. Near side for Like. Out top for Justin Lamers. Now near side Hansen. Hansen cut off at the top as Little Chute remains in their 2-3 zone. Hayes finds Hansen out top again. Now Wrightstown, even though they're on this offensive run, showing good patience on this possession for sure. Near side, Justin Lamers. Down the lane, has it poked away, but is able to recover. Hansen fakes into the air. Dump it down and back out top for Lamers. Down to the post for Hayes. Got away with a travel. Out top for Like. He'll hang. Pass gets tipped away and stolen. Little Chute out on the run, but that's taken right back. Stepping in front, Hansen.
Wrightstown made a lot of good passes.
Hansen with the three, and he hits. Wrightstown has just dominated the first 10 and a half or 11 and a half minutes of the second half, and that will force a full timeout this time by Coach Van Roy. Our score 46-38 back in 60 seconds on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Communities mean everything to Fox. It's in our name. It means giving back and moving forward through life's changes. It means evolving to give you the best personalized financial services. Fox has been here since 1937. Times have changed, but our focus hasn't. It's about our members, today and always. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
And welcome back to Wrightstown. Jonathan Krause and Zach Morris with you tonight here on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. At halftime, it was Little Chute on top, 32-23. So Wrightstown right now is on a 23-6 run in the second half, and they have really taken control.
Yeah, and they did a great job keeping their composure when they were down by double digits twice in the first half. Never gave up, and I believe that three-pointer by Hayes right before halftime really got this team a lot more confidence and get on this massive run in the second half.
Defensive intensity, though, has really been the key as they are stretching Little Chute to run that high post offense, high pick-and-roll offense, well out behind the three-point line.
And then that's two back-to-back threes by Hayes that really get the team kick-started.
Mustangs trying to go baseline. Thiel unable to handle because he's able to make the save. Huss works off the top. Near side Van Asten, spot up three. That's off rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Riley Like. They give it off for Hayes, who brings it across the timeline and then back to Like. Far side for Jack Van Zeelen. So Wrightstown with the 8-point lead. They're more than happy to milk some clock against this 2-3 zone. Hayes, not being guarded too closely, is able to make it down the lane but unable to finish. Good job by the defender Hunter Thiel to make that a difficult shot. Van Asten will attack baseline and a foul will be called. A couple of Tigers there. Let's see which ones they get. And they're going to say that it is on Ethan Melmans. That is his third team foul on the Tigers. Van Asten will go to the line to shoot two.
And the other big difference in the second half is the open three-pointers just have not been dropping for the Mustangs.
First free throw is good. Substitution, Hansen back in for Wrightstown. Also in, Hella. Second free throw as Van Asten converts both, and the lead is back down to 6. So now this is the end where Little Chute maybe needs to force some bad shots or turnovers. Jack Van Zeelen thought about a long three. Instead, they'll go to Hansen and then back out of top. Near side, Justin Lamers. Feeds into Hayes. Into the corner, Van Zeelen three, rimming out no good, and the rebound is pulled down by Thiel. Chance to cut into that 6-point lead, or deficit. Huss tries to drive, has it knocked free, loose on the floor, and another timeout. Nope, we're gonna get a jump ball. Coach Van Roy was trying to call a timeout from the bench, but officials say that both players had simultaneous possession.
Well, he knew how key this possession was, the fact that you almost had 3 points go the other way and you just had another empty possession.
Wrightstown is very aggressively stepping into the driving lane here tonight. Feeding to the low post, unable to get a shot off is Hella, but a foul will be called. And he'll shoot two. I think they're going to get Thiel for the foul. That's his third. Fourth team foul on the Mustangs. Hella, first free throw attempts for the big left-hander. First one is good. Chance to get the lead back up to 8. That one rims out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Thiel. 3-possession game now as Little Chute comes into the front court, losing his footing, but able to get rid of the ball. It was Drew Lamers. High post, instead Thiel will kick it back out. Huss pounds the dribble. Comes out high for Brockman, and out far side Van Asten. Van Asten's been their main offensive weapon tonight. Nice little baseline pass. Huss is able to handle and score, and now we'll get a timeout called by Little Chute. He'd like to take a 30, and yes, he'll be able to. So the lead down to 5. We'll take a timeout, or we'll keep it here for this one, as it's just a quick 30-second timeout. Interesting musical selection here. Don't forget, our next game will be coming up on Friday, January 8th. It's Oshkosh West versus Oshkosh North. Fox Valley Association matchup. Two teams really struggling to find an identity. Oshkosh North not putting up a whole lot of points in their contest. Oshkosh West, a team that relies a lot on three-point shooting, has struggled from behind the line this season as well. So
well, when it's your crosstown rivals, it's always a good game.
that's right, crosstown showdown. I remember calling some games that they had to move to the Culf Sports Center so you could get enough fans in. Whew. Glory days of Oshkosh basketball back then. Here, it's a 5-point lead for Wrightstown, and now Little Chute's decided to go with a full court press. Getting it across the timeline to Van Zeeland, and now out for Hayes. If you're Wrightstown, you gotta be careful here not to take your foot off the gas too much. Dump down pass, Hella goes up too strong, and the rebound is pulled down by Huss. Yelton will bring it into the front court.
Well, that's the thing. You spend so much energy trying to get the lead, and then if you just let off for a little bit.
Huss spot up three, and he hits.
Runs like this start.
Just like that, little 5-0 run by Little Chute has the lead cut down to 4. Wrightstown continuing to be patient. Hanson. Near side for Justin Lamers. High post for Hayes. Hayes will attack. Picks up the dribble. Hanson will try the three and hit. Big three there, and that leads to a timeout for Wrightstown. And that'll be a 30-second timeout as well. So we'll keep it here as the lead comes back to 7. A couple of scores that we mentioned earlier there from games that have already wrapped up tonight. Lourdes Academy falls to Green Bay Notre Dame, 90-70, the final in that one. Keegan King leads the way for Notre Dame tonight with 16 points. And the Kimberly Papermakers are 83-72 winners over Pewaukee tonight. Also see a couple of games that have been canceled at the last minute in some parts of the state. So just give you a reset here, 3:11 left to go. Little Chute with 2 timeouts remaining, Wrightstown with 4. Both teams have only 3 fouls here in the second half. So we're a long way from the bonus right now.
And a great job by both teams, just trying not to foul. When you're trying to play aggressive defense, that is tough not to find yourself just trying to knock the ball out, picking up a foul. In other situations like charges where that has dropped now since the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Well, Little Chute hasn't been as aggressive trying to take it off the wing on the drive. They've had that taken away from them by the charges. Yelton in the far side corner, out for Van Asten. 5-point game, 2 possessions. Van Asten, nothing there, so he'll give it up near side for Huss. Huss tries to dribble through a couple of guys, has it poked free, loose on the floor, kicks it out to the top, and Van Asten's able to track it down. Off for Brockman. Long possession here for Little Chute.
It's not bad possession, as long as you get a good shot.
And there's one for Lamers. That one is short, into the corner, saves it, tries to throw it off a Wrightstown player. Ball loose, Hayes comes up with it, and a timeout is called by Wrightstown. Parade of timeouts here as coaches try to save possessions on some of these loose balls on the floor. Up next for each of these teams, for Little Chute, they will be in action on January 4th against Northeast Conference leaders Luxembourg-Casco on the road. As for Wrightstown, their next contest will be coming up on January 4th as they travel. Oh, I take that back. They will be in action on December 29th, taking on the aforementioned Spartans of Luxembourg-Casco. So a couple of good games coming up for both of these teams. I'm sure the coach is a bit more concerned about the final 2:23 of this one and who will pull out the win.
Well, a 2-possession game, I mean, we've seen these teams score 3 points. I mean, that's been a big change in the second half. In the first half, it was just Little Chute with the 3-point shots. Now that both these teams can be dangerous.
Little Chute again, keeping with that initial full court pressure, then falling back into what looks like a half-court trap. But they forgot about Hella on the back line. Layup good. Nice lob pass to set up the easy one for Hella underneath. And the lead is back up to 7. So now a 3-possession game for the Tigers. Trying to get the score bug properly updated here. Try this again. Turnover as Wrightstown is able to bring it up. Hansen, long pass for Hayes. Now Wrightstown trying to milk clock with 1.5 minutes to go, and a foul will be called. Again, only the 4th personal foul on Little Chute here in the second half. First foul on Chute, his of the night.
This is where you just have to get your hands up in every passing lane, try to get a deflection and make a turnover out of it.
Yeah, you'd be really aggressive trying to make steals because you want to commit fouls to stop the clock and get them into the bonus here eventually. Out high for Hansen. Coach Van Roy pleading for his guys to get in the passing lanes on these. And foul. A lot of time coming off here. Hayes, pocket pass, hella. No good, though. Here come the Mustangs. Van Asten into the front court. Up ahead, and a foul will be called there as catching it was Drew Lamers. Bump foul will go on Jack Van Zeelen, his 3rd, 4th team foul on Wrightstown. So still a ways away from the bonus with 1:14 left to go. And for as hard as these two teams have played defense tonight, that's amazing. Van Asten double team, gets out of it. Far side, played there by Huss. He'll try the long 3. That's short, and the rebound is pulled down by Hayes. Up ahead for Justin Lamers. He's going to choose to attack. Layup good. And that might just do it. Makes it a 9-point game with 50 seconds left. Little Chute, no tough runner there as trying to get it up was Drew Lamers. And now coming up with this Hansen for Wrightstown in the backcourt, and a foul will be called. Just the 5th. So no free throws yet with 42.6 left to play. Foul called on Jotun, his 2nd. Little Chute in the full court. Diamond press. Inbounds for Hayes. Probably the guy you want to have the ball, but you're not yet in a free throw shooting situation. Nice lead pass up ahead where it's played by Jack Van Zeelen. Now to Hayes on the left wing. He's going to try a 3 and hit. As someone would say, there is your dagger. 12-point Little Chute, or Wrightstown lead now as Little Chute is trying to get some quick buckets, and the pass goes off the intended receiver's hands as the turnover is Brockman unable to handle.
I mean, it's just a great second half execution by the whole staff. I mean, look, and this team of Wrightstown, the fact that they were down twice by double digits in the first half, never lost their composure.
34-13, they outscore Little Chute here in the second half. Oh, look at the players getting around the no handshake rule here. And that'll do it. Our final score, Wrightstown 57, Little Chute 45. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with some final wrap-up here. You are watching the video stream game brought to you by Fox Communities Credit Union and Myron Construction.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Sometimes you can tell when it's time to look for a bigger house. Get the home, the yard, and the loan that will make your dreams and your dogs come true. Talk to the mortgage lending experts at Fox. Get free pre-approval and helpful home buying advice so you can see just how much space you can afford. Let Fox help you with 22 locations and lending experts to make it easy. Visit foxcu.org for details.
Fox Communities.
The projects we construct afford us the opportunity to help those in need in more ways than one. And the momentum we create as a team allows us to make an impact greater than any one of us can achieve on our own. We are part of the community. We are where we live. We are Myron Construction.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
I just thoroughly enjoy the members. They become friends. They make me laugh. Sometimes they make me cry. There are times where people need help And when they leave here with a smile on their face, it makes me proud to be an employee of Fox Communities Credit Union because I hear so many people talk about the good things that we do.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Cade Van
Fox
Asten leading scores for
Communities
for Little
Credit
Chute tonight with 16
Union.
points.
Communities mean everything to Fox.
Sam Hayes with
It's in our name.
22 points
It means
tonight.
giving back
Lead
and
Wrightstown.
moving forward through life's
Use
changes.
basically their
It means
offense in
evolving
the
to
first
give you the
half
best
in the
personalized financial services. Fox has been here since 1937. Times have changed, but our focus hasn't. It's about our members, today and always. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley at North Star Dental Group. Have missing or broken teeth made you lose your smile? It's not hopeless. We're dedicated to providing exceptional care, a gentle touch, and stunning results at an affordable cost.
Cosmetic dentistry has helped thousands of people change their.
We should mention again, the score at halftime was 32-23. Little Chute led by as much as 14 in the first half, and then Wrightstown had a little 5-0 run right before the break, and that seemed to carry over into the second half as well, as Hayes leading the way with 22 again for Wrightstown.
The thing for Little Chute, it basically comes down to it's one of those nights. I mean, the first half, your defense was playing the way you wanted to, and your offense, you're making open three-point shots, making the next pass to find the open lane. But in the second half, it just got tougher when there was more aggressiveness on that defense for the Tigers. It just got tougher, and then the worst part of it was the open threes that were falling in the first half just were not connecting in the second.
Just a reminder that our next stream broadcast will come your way on Friday, January 8th, another boys game as Oshkosh West will take on Oshkosh North in the Crosstown Showdown. My thanks to Zach Morris here on cameras and production tonight. I'm Jonathan Kraus. I hope you have a great Festivus, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year from all of us on the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream and Woodward Broadcasting as well. You have a great night, and thanks again for tuning in.